Hello and welcome to our channel. While Proof of Work allows Bitcoins, Ethereum, and other crypto assets to process peer-to-peer transactions securely and autonomously, POW at scale requires enormous computing power, which only grows as more and more miners join the network. But on the other hand, a more suitable solution is possible, and that solution is stacking. We will tell you more about stacking in this video. Oversee it, we have a lot to show you.
Did you know? Another unfortunate situation. A UK resident accidentally threw away a hard drive with a wallet containing 7,500 bitcoins. That still needs to be survived. Stacking can be seen as a less resource-intensive alternative to mining. Its mechanism involves storing funds in a cryptocurrency wallet to support the security and operation of the blockchain network. Essentially, stacking is the process of locking crypto assets for rewards, which is partly similar to blockchain dividends. However, to better understand what stacking is, a brief analysis of the proof-of-stake mechanism is needed. This is because proof-of-stake implements a consensus mechanism that is entirely different from the proof-of-work agent and allows blockchains to be more energy efficient while retaining a significant level of decentralization.
Although Proof of Work has proven to be a robust and efficient mechanism that facilitates consensus in a decentralized way, the amount of computing power required to operate it properly has become a growing problem across the space.
Proof of Stake was created as an alternative to Proof of Work and was designed to solve some of the problems inherent in POW. The idea behind POS is that network participants can lock their crypto assets into a stacking protocol that, at specific points in time, entitles one of them to check the next block of transaction, resulting in a reward for doing so. In POS, the probability of being selected to verify block transactions is proportional to the number of tokens a participant has. Thus, what determines which participants create a block transaction does not depend on their ability to solve algorithmic puzzles, as in Proof of Work, but on the number of stacking assets they have. Proof of Stake is arguably a more complex and scalable blockchain solution because, unlike Proof of Work, which uses excessive energy to solve hash problems, a Proof of Stake miner is limited to mining a certain percentage of transactions. This reflects their ownership share.
Delegated Proof of Stake is an alternative version of POS, allowing network participants to fix their token balances as votes. The voting power is proportional to the number of tokens held. These votes are then used to elect delegates who run the blockchain on behalf of their constituents, ensuring consensus and security.
Typically, stakes rewards are distributed to the elected delegates, who allocate a portion of the tips to their constituents according to their contributions. Essentially, DPoS allows consensus with fewer verifying nodes and, as such, tends to improve network performance and processing efficiency.
Proof of Work relies on miners to verify and add transaction blocks to the blockchain. In contrast, Proof of Stake chains demonstrate and create new blocks during the stacking process. Staking is a generic term used to refer to transferring cryptocurrency assets to a cryptocurrency protocol to receive a reward in exchange.
When users place their assets in the protocol, they inherently contribute to the protocol's security and are rewarded for it in the form of their tokens. Consequently, the higher the number of assets pledged, the higher the reward received. All of these stacking rewards are distributed in a chain, which means that the process of obtaining these results is fully automated and independent of any third-party escrow. Frankly, this reward mechanism is a brilliant value proposition for many digital asset enthusiasts, as it allows for consistent asset growth and fulfills the ultimate entrepreneurial dream of making money while you sleep.
Transactions are the fundamental layer of blockchain and cryptocurrency, and they play many different roles depending on the specific architecture of the protocol. For example, Transactions can range from the transfer of tokens to the execution of smart contracts. Despite the difference in transaction types, the common thread is that these transactions are always ordered and combined into a new block so that all nodes in the network can agree on the entire state of the blockchain.
To receive rewards, users put their crypto assets using a proof-of-stake node to verify the block of transactions. If the node to which the user has delegated authority successfully signs or validates the blockchain, the user will receive a stacking reward, thus increasing their total net value of crypto assets. If a node is unresponsive or malicious, some of the node's assets and therefore the user's assets may be significantly reduced or destroyed. Thus, stacking rewards are beneficial to both individual participants and protocol nodes, because on the one hand they incentivize users to block their assets in exchange for tips in the form of their tokens, and on the other hand increase the overall security of the protocol. When participants are selected to check the block and receive rewards for their newly created own assets, these rewards are inflationary. Essentially, this means that every time a block is checked, new tokens of that currency are minted and distributed as a reward for stacking, hence the term inflationary.
Stacks are a pretty decent investment tool for anyone whose assets are just idle in a cryptocurrency wallet and not generating passive income. To become a node validator in a proof-of-stake network, crypto asset holders must put their tokens as collateral rather than spending power, as in the case of the Bitcoin POW network.
Validators are chosen randomly to create and validate blocks, and the probability of selecting a validator depends on the number of tokens supplied. Participants in the POS system can in fact vote to manage the chain with their provided assets, and if POS were democratic, the user share would be their right to vote. POS validators vote their assets on blocks of transactions that they deem valid. They are rewarded for stacking if most of the network agrees and risk losing their entire stake if they try to cheat, for example, by voting for two different blocks of transactions simultaneously. This system inherently creates a balanced infrastructure, encouraging node growth and preventing nodes from acting maliciously. In addition, it is essential to note that not everyone can become a network validator. This is because validators must meet specific requirements imposed by the protocol, and in most cases, the entry barrier is relatively high.
A betting pool is a group of crypto asset holders who pool their resources to increase their chances of checking blocks and receiving rewards. In a betting pool, holders pool their betting opportunities and share rewards in proportion to their contributions to the collection.
Creating a betting pool often requires a high level of expertise and a significant amount of initial capital. Therefore, pool providers are likely to charge a commission from the betting rewards distributed to pool participants. Typically, a wager must be locked in for a specific period, and usually as a withdrawal or unite time set by the protocol. In addition, the betting pool will likely require participants to hold a minimum number of tokens before they can be considered potential participants, thus deterring malicious behavior.
In addition to the traditional betting mechanisms discussed so far, some DeFi protocols have begun implementing an alternative betting format called liquid staking. The term liquid staking is used to describe protocols that issue token representations of reserved assets, allowing these representations to be used in other DeFi applications or to obtain immediate liquidity for the amounts applied.
Liquidized staking involves the creation of a new on-net token to represent the betting amount, making the assets being bet on essentially liquid and available for further trading. Additionally, the tokenized representation of a stake allows users to bypass some of the restrictions imposed by specific networks, such as blockchain and disconnect periods. Liquidity staking opens up a wide range of investment and trading opportunities for stackers because it allows them to create additional tokenized capital that can be redeployed in income farming, high APY, and liquidity provisioning protocols. Because of these benefits and functionality, tokenized share representation is becoming a growing trend in the DeFi space, with projects such as Ramp DeFi, Kira Network, Steffi, Akala DeFi, and Liquid Stake leading the movement.
Thank you a lot for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos.